Hello everybody and welcome back to a video on my channel. Long time no see. We're here. We're excited for the up and coming update. This video should be releasing right when the update is, in like an hour and 20 from me. But we're going to be discussing everything in the up and coming season 2 and what this has in store for us for Evomon. Will the game survive, start growing again? Because it's been at a pretty stale 8,000 to 10,000, players, and I've just been disheartened because I love this game, at least the game itself, just not the developers, because they are very ignorant, I will say, and weird. But that's not all we're here for, right? Anyways, we're gonna be discussing what they changed in PvP and what they changed in the game, such as raids. Not too excited, but there are also cool features such as guilds, something we've all been waiting for, and I will be on my live stream inviting members to join my guild, because I'm that guy. And if you want to join, just join up in the stream and request it. I will be looking for people, but mostly people who are PvP gamers and pretty high in the rank once that comes. But let's discuss the changes first in PvP, and then we'll go over all of that other stuff. And if you guys haven't already, hit that like and subscribe, much appreciated. But first things first, we're going to be talking about the changes they did to Empixy. Now, I think the changes are dumb. I think this Evomon was pretty balanced, and now they made it pretty broken. At least not a tiny bit actually. I think they did make it broken. What we loved about Empixy was its legendary trait, because it dealt with another broken Evomon named Frostella. And its ultimate ability being the fact that it can wrong area, but its ultimate ability right here being Sleep Powder, and its legendary trait being status skills gain +1 priority. The open support trait is crazy broken, because it doesn't go like, it's already a fast mon, but added on to the priority, it goes first. That is crazy, especially with its typing. Yes, it's weak forks to fire. This is basically its counter, and they made it even more broken. But they didn't. They buffed this, but they didn't also nerf Frostella, which I think they should have nerfed both of these, if not kept Empixy the same, or slightly decreased the critical chance to not be for 2 turns and just be for 1 turn, because I think it would be more evened out for both of these mons, and they would still be relatively their enemies, but one wouldn't be broken, such as Empixy. The reasoning this is broken is they increased it from 50% to 70% for the crit. Now, most of us know that coverage moves are really powerful, but this bubble strike will be even more powerful, meaning if you bring in either another fire type mon to deal with this fire type mon, it will get obliterated, most likely, if it's faster and it got a preset move on you. But if it also has a coverage move such as Shock Strike on something that is water, this thing will do massive damage. Even though you're weak to water, it will be doing so much, and it will be better than using Wrap Assault. And I find that crazy. Most of the time, you wouldn't be running either both of those together. You could though. But it is just crazy, especially if you're also going for your Soulburn Strike, because this almost does as much damage as its ultimate ability. Now Empixy can just clear their status condition, Fatigue, because of its legendary trait, and also do 70% increase of this move for 2 turns. Meaning, if you have a Teen Core, any metal type, that thing's getting one-shotted, even if it wasn't going to be one-shotted too much before, because of that critical increase. That is insane. I could see it being even more powerful, possibly if you use ultimate energy on this thing, or just a special attack increase. The ultimate energy being this equipment, because I think this is going to be giving 2 ultimate energy per turn, or sorry, every turn you use your own ultimate, like your first one. I think it will not per turn, sorry, only your first ultimate. I think that'd be pretty broken, because I think by the time this Soulburn Strike's over, by like using 2 that critical boost or something for those 2 turns, you'll be able to just go for another one. And that the chances of that happening are slim, but if something like that ever happens, that'll just be funny broken in general. But yeah, we're gonna go on to the next one, and that's gonna be Mirfish. Mirfish, I think, is okay. I get it's a tune-up, I guess, for lower tier. Aqua Wheel is probably broken down there. Mirrorfish does have a 4x weakness to grass, so I thought its HP is what kept it alive most of the time to try to tank that. They did nerf Aqua Hill, but I think this is fine because there were weather changes in this game implemented that will sort of actually make this not really a nerf. Or it will make it a nerf, but there's also like a buff that evens it out, but also passes it by a tiny bit. Meaning like, okay, he didn't really get nerfed if you think about this stuff, right? He just is, his ultimate is just less OP. The reasoning is rain, actually, we'll just discuss, it's changed. Is used to be +1 speed, now it's +1 speed added on to +1 soak per turn of rain. This is really good because slowly but surely your slow mon is getting faster, even though it has a very, very small speed stat. Slowly but surely it's getting up there. That's not what we want though. We want the soak, because what soak does for water types is it reduces the energy cost. And what added on to Aqua Hill being nerfed is they also buffed it at the same time. They made it only 8 energy cost, meaning if you get +2 soak, which is the maximum, this will only cost 6 energy now for your Aqua Hill, and that is really, really good. I don't know exactly what they nerfed the amount of HP restore. Either it's 80%, 70, I think 80 probably makes sense. That's still really, really good. Then you're going to be basically in a spot where you're slowly getting faster each turn. Your energy costs less now. You're able to just do it every 6th of the turn. If you don't buff at some point, that's really, really good. Or you're just going for slowly, living by, slowly, I wouldn't say quicksanding, but you could honestly quicksand after getting your +2 and then just keep healing yourself and vibing. But I think there's better things to do. Aqua Rush does pretty good damage, and it does have does do 25% of the damage dealt to that. Deals 25%. Yeah. Wait, deals special damage to the target. Also does 25% of the damage dealt to Evomon. What is that? Okay, so 25% of this damage that you would do. I believe so. That's how it works. I'm not 200%, but I find Aqua Rush a really good, powerful move. And it's just OP, you have a pretty good tank that's able to just keep healing itself now at with only just 6 energy. That's really, really good. I could see him being used at the same time, not. But now we're going to go on to Glacitadel. The only thing for Glacitadel is going to be freeze. So a lot of this Evomon was overlooked purely because ice is pretty weak in the field, and they're just the best ice type Frostella, you don't really need any other ice type. But I do want to see, I think it's going to actually be broken now, Frostella, with like this Mon in an ice team. Purely because you could still run unaffected by weather on Frostella necessarily. You just get rid of open support, even though it's like really, really good. But you don't want to be hurt by your own frostbite, you get me? But anyways, we're going to talk about the frost weather later. Frozen is really good because if you guys see here, it's a 25% chance. Yes, it's slim, but with the buff, they made it where it decreases, I believe so, don't quote me on it, I've seen off a website that we'll go over for the up and coming new Evomon. I've seen that it does decrease the enemy's damage output by 50%, and I think that's broken. They did this, or no, they did this on, I think they posted this on the TikTok, because this move wasn't used at all. No one used it. It was just useless. Nothing, nothing out of it. It was just ignored. This is broken if you get that chance. And if you're running legendary trait with this Mon, you're going to be able to not have to set up the snow yourself to slowly frostbite at people. And you're going to be doing more damage. If you get that frozen off, due to the damage, you're going to be doing a lot of power. I'm probably going to be running rest and frozen at the same time because you want to be able to heal yourself. This Evomon stats are not too crazy, as you guys can see here. But, you can move it up and down however you want with the talent. I would definitely focus physical, not speed. I would change this. I didn't, set mine yet. But you would want physical and bulkiness. I do see this Evomon probably coming in play now. There is an ice and bug type in the upcoming update that we will be seeing. So maybe ice weather is going to be, good now. We shall find out. And now we're going to be seeing Gempress. So what they did with Gempress is they nerfed it. I think this is because it was very broken in lower tier PvP. I wouldn't necessarily say it was good in higher tier because you had this Mon named Astronite that was a heavy physical attacker. Even though it's weak to fighting, bug, it still could do good damage even when confused. I've done like 180 to Gempresses per scratch sometimes. It was crazy. So yeah, That's why you wanted this out of low elo, because most people don't have Astronites to deal with that. You know, they're free to play mostly, or you know, they just don't have physical, you know, mons like that, or just don't know how to play around it. They nerfed this to 7 energy. I think that's fine because I found Storm Assault very broken, and it just sort of ruins the fun of the game, because like 3 turns of confusion and the person just gets their ultimate to confuse you again at the end of that because they're faster, they go first. You basically have no turn to go for that unless there's priority moves, and there's not much priority moves on most mons besides stuff like Astronite. So yeah, I think that was good, and props to the devs on that. Let's get on to Astronite and why I think he's broken now. He didn't necessarily get a buff, but at the same time he did. The reason is all equipments are now changed. The devs noticed that +1 wasn't good enough because most people wouldn't use this equipment over Blossom Strike. That's why Blossom Strike was nerfed, 8% to 4%. I agree with this because everyone used Blossom Strike. I used Blossom Strike on every mon in my team because it's sustainability. That's what the game was. They saw that finally. They changed it. I do say there could be better changes to make it less sustainability. Not really at the same time though. It's more just like making these equipments more useful, or certain mons more useful, and actually making sense to have on a team. You know, not making them just like dumpster trash. But anyways, the reasoning for this equipment being broken is now +1 attack and +1 special. These defenses all are going to be going up by 1. So you're going to be having 2 attack. You're going to be having 2 special attack. I believe this. I don't know if this is going to be getting raised. I'm not 100%, or I don't know if this is going to be getting raised. I think it's only these 2. But the reason this is broken on Astronite, because if you're running attack gear, that's going to be +2, and added on to his legendary trait, Battle Spirit, that's going to be +5 now on your attack. And because he's a heavily attacker, that's really, really good. He is really good in speed as well, not too much, but if you focus a tiny bit of speed to make sure you're faster than other Astronites or the up-and-coming Fire and Fighting Mon, this is going to be really good, because you do not want to get multi-striked and lose your buffs. Or else you pretty much just want it for attack. That won't do as much if you're using like a coverage move on another Astronite. So your setup would be, okay, I enter the field, I'm +5 already because of my equipment and my legendary trait. I'm against another Astronite. I won't, because I'm faster, hopefully because of my gear, I'll just go for Shatter and try to get a big hit. Obviously he might go for multi-strike afterwards if he's smart. If he thinks I'm going to be battle stancing, then I will just go for that Shatter. Now if you're not going against any of these mods that can remove your status conditions, or sorry, not your status condition, but your stat boost, you will be just going for a battle stance, because then you'll be +10, you'll be +5 defense, and you'll be pretty powerful and hard to take out because of its bulkiness on physical defense, and you know, it has some good special defense as well. I would probably change up my nature now per chance to boost in attack and lower in special, just so I could have both now, because it would make the mon pretty good. Obviously this battle stance only increases defense, not special defense, so that wouldn't even matter still, but you still want good special defense. Alright, so that's why Astronite's really broken, and I'm gonna have a field day playing him. Yeah, let's get on to the up-and-coming Evomon now, and that's gonna be the PvP changes. Not too much, not too little. I hope you guys are excited. I can't wait to PvP with all of that, but let's get into the up-and-coming mons. Alright, so here's the website. Now, the first one I want to go over is, ignore this like picture. I'll pop a picture of the actual Evomon right here. So Celestorn is going to be the Battle Pass Evomon. They posted it in the sneak peeks of the latest video on Evomon. You can go check it out. But I don't know if these stats are confirmed. I want to go over its confirmed though charge skill, which is Psycho Overload. This mon is pretty much going to be something where you just do a bunch of damage to something that's entering the field, because it has a pretty big power output, 265. Its special attack here isn't too high, but I believe this is a physical move. Yeah, it deals physical damage, so its physical is pretty decent, and this is also lowering defenses and special defense by 3 stages. That is insane. You're doing this much damage as a psychic type. Yes, there are a lot of things that are powerful right now that ignores, don't care about psychic, such as the dark, or I don't know, not the dark type, but the Lightmon, Tinkor, etc. But at least you're doing a lot of damage possibly while lowering their defenses for whatever you switch in to be more powerful, or be able to hit them powerfully, which I think is good. This is a battle pass mon, so sadly we'll be need to purchase it through the battle pass. But I think it might be worth it. I'll go ahead and do that for you guys and make a team around these mons. But let's go on to the next mon. Oh, wrong area. All right, here's the decks. So Voidrex, I don't think is coming out. We do have Frostclaw, I think, coming. Yes, we do. It's gonna be the Bug and Ice. I'll pop up the picture right here where it's supposed to be and what it looks like through that video. This mon, I believe, let's go to its charge skills here, is gonna be having Glacial Field. This is the same as Glacitadel, +1 per Frostbite, but this mon is a Bug and Ice type, which I find really good because Bug deals with Dark, Ice deals with, can deal with the Light mon and a lot of other mons. It does also get rid of the Ice type's its weakness to fighting, but it turns it neutral with its Bug typing, meaning it's only 4x weak to really fire, rather than all these other stuff. I don't know why it doesn't show fighting here. I'm pretty sure Ice is weak to fighting. But yeah, so it does come with a very powerful move as well called Snow Lance. It deals physical damage and +20 per Ice type move used. And because I believe this thing has Frozen, if you do want to go sometimes for your little freeze, you will be still getting a boost in your Snow Lance move if you have that set up. And I find that really, really good and an interesting mon that I want to have in a team because of what it covers. Now let's get back to the other mons. All right, we're going to be doing, I don't think this mon is coming out Florajo yet. We'll see. But I'm going to go over the ones I saw on 100%. And I think it's the fire, Horninferno. So this is going to be, I think this is one of the seasonal bosses. Horninferno is going to be a fire and fighting type. This is the one I said that has multi-strike. It has a move called Wildfire that does +40 off burn, which is really good if you're setting up Mirage. Because with the weather changes, I believe burn is I think it's 2 per turn of burn, or it might do more damage. I'm not necessarily 100% on that when I saw the video. Well, correct me on that if anything. But we're going to be seeing that it has Fire Rain, and because this Fire Rain inflicts 4 stacks of burn, you will pretty much be wanting to have that move, Wildfire, because after you use that, you're going to be having still a very, very powerful other fire move to go back on. It does come with nothing really else interesting. I guess Flame Dance. No, not really. Yeah, it really just has Wildfire, Multi-Strike, and most likely Elbow Smash. I wouldn't use Elbow Smash. It does have Dash Punch, so maybe that, or just another coverage move. For being the fact that you're firefighting, you don't have much weaknesses. If we go down here, you're only 2x to everything. You probably want the grass coverage because you're weak to the Lightmon, and you would just use that on the Light and Ground Mon. I forgot that guy's name. It's fine. But any Lightmon, pretty much, you would probably want a grass coverage because of that. So this mon's probably gonna be sick. I can't wait to see. I mean, its stats aren't too crazy. Well, I don't know if that's confirmed as well. So we'll see in game once I live stream it and all that. So make sure you guys to come watch my live stream if you guys want to. Make sure to hit that like and subscribe. But those are all the ones I believe are coming in. There are two more, but I can't seem to find them on here. But we will be going over them in the live stream. So make sure to come over and check it out. Now the next thing is going to be the weathers. The last thing. Just to confirm, I do think Frostbite, or I think it's gonna be like 2 Frostbite per turn now. Oh, Rain I already said, and Sandstorm's gonna be either the same, I believe. I don't think they should make Sandstorm more powerful. That would be crazy annoying. And yeah, you're probably gonna definitely want Unaffected by Weather on a lot of your mons or just in your teams. I wish they honestly let you like. I think they need to change something because it's like I hate when you're like building a team where you pretty much have to get different mons because you want to use the same mon in a strategy, but then your other strategy team, needs this trait. But if you have to get rid of this trait for this mon to work in your new team that you're building, but you still want to be able to use that other team, So it's like, oh, you have to get the same mon twice just so you can use this like different trait set up on your team. I wish there was like something around that, but it's inevitable. But yeah, guys, that's gonna be that for like what they're adding. For guilds, I am excited. I will be having my guild. You guys can join up in the live stream as well and request to join. I don't know what the limit's going to be, but I will be having people join up through that. And I'm really excited for this update and seeing where the game, ends up. Hopefully the player count goes up because it has been in a downtrend. The devs haven't been doing much to make that downtrend go uptrend, but I think this update, relatively having a lot of Evomon come out can be, the change. I mean, we're getting a new island, the story's coming up, all of that, and I'm excited, and I hope you guys are too. So let's get into the last thing, and that's going to be joining my Discord, because I know most of you guys have it. Join up, bro. We're going to be doing tournaments again. I need you guys to join up, all right? But yeah, that's going to be the end of the video, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. If I missed anything, I'm sorry. I'll go over it in the live stream. But hit that like and subscribe once more. Peace out.